Okay, hello everybody. Okay, so I have been receiving a slew of emails and requests in the comment section of all my newest videos that have been posted regarding the Chris Watts and Shanann Watts case. Now, I'm not too familiar with the case. I did not cover it. So I'm going to try and get some answers. Apparently there's been a documentary that has come out regarding this case. Now, I do know that I guess Shanann had been gone away somewhere. She returned and her husband Chris killed her and her girls that evening, I guess, when she returned home. But apparently he is in jail for the murder. I usually don't do these because the case has been basically solved already. But apparently there's a lot of controversy around this. Apparently he had a girlfriend. So don't mind me. I'm just trying to take a sip of my coffee too. So I'm going to do a read and see what was going on with them around the time of Shanann's death. And we're going to see what we can get from that, what she's going to release to us. I can't promise anything, but I'm going to give this a shot, you guys. And like I said, spirit works in mysterious ways. There may be things that come out that you guys didn't know about or that's been questioned. Like I said, I don't know a lot about this case, so I interpret the cards the way they're shown to me. So take it from there. Okay, also I'm going to ask, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and the notification button. And that will make you aware of when I do updates and when new things are added to my channel. And it really helps support me, and it helps to be able to bring you guys public reads like this, okay? So get it up there, share this video out where you can. Like I said, we're going to see what we can get from Shanann as to what exactly was going on, what was happening around the time of her death, and then after her death, what she wants to share with us, what she wants to maybe correct if things were told wrong. Let's just see what she's willing to give us, okay? So my ancestors, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, please connect with Shanann Watts. She would like to connect and give us information as to what is going on with her and her husband, maybe why she was killed, what was going on around the time of her murder. Okay. Okay, so I gave him a good shuffle before we start. So the first card that I'm going to lay is going to represent Shanann. This is going to, in the middle, it's going to represent what was going on with them. And the third is going to represent her husband, Chris. Let's see what information is going to come out. Okay. Oops, that one fell. That one will be going here because it fell off after I took the top one. Okay. I'm going to have to do it this way, you guys, because my desk here is just not long enough. These cards are very large. I'm going to roll up my sleeves so we can get into this, okay? Okay, so we're going to look at this first, and this is going to tell us what was going on with Shanann and Chris around the time that this happened. Okay, I get the exile card. Okay, so when I get that, it tells me about a disconnect, isolation type thing, and separation. Okay, so I think that around the time that there was that this happened, there was a lot of arguing, fighting, a lot of disconnect happening between them in their marriage. One could have been totally checked out. One was feeling kind of isolated in the relationship itself. But I am feeling that there was talk of maybe separation, but there was a total disconnect in the relationship. Okay? So the next card we got is empowerment. Okay, with that, empowerment talks about being grounded, strength, and stamina. Okay, and you see her sitting on the horse there, riding forward with her sword drawn. It's like she was very proud of herself and what she'd accomplished, and she's seen herself going far. Okay, and then I get the third eye portal. Okay, so the third eye portal talks about confusion. Okay, and the vision. So I don't think that they were seeing things eye to eye. I think they both had different ideas of where they wanted this relationship to go or how it was heading. They weren't on the same page, okay? Because the exile tells me about separation. So I believe that there was some kind of separation about to happen or some kind of disconnect, okay? Because one was feeling very isolated. And she was saying, you know, in the relationship itself, because this is talking about the relationship, she felt very powerful in the relationship. So I think he was feeling kind of like, I'm the man of the house, and, you know, you're treating it like I'm your child almost. So I feel like he was feeling like there wasn't a 50-50 here. I think that she was the one that was the ruler of the relationship and everything connected to it. And I think she's the one that felt powerful, like, And like I said, the third eye portal tells me about, there was a lot of confusion. So I think things were being maybe talked about within this separation, and that somebody was very confused or been giving mixed messages. Okay, but I know she wanted to go forward like full force. But things weren't the same in this relationship for each party, okay? So we're going to go into Shanann now. See, I get the higher perspective, okay? So it talks about unity and awakening, okay? So I think that she was trying to get him to see things from her point of view. And that she felt like he was living like almost like in a fantasy world, like, talks also about the cosmos, like nothing was lining up with these two. They were from two separate worlds. And she was not seeing, she didn't think that he was doing things the way that they should be done. Okay, she talks about destiny, okay? So with this, it talks about purpose, passion, and service. Okay, and you see how the unicorn, a unicorn is fantasy, okay? So it's almost like she had this fantasy that she wanted, the way she wanted her life to be, and it wasn't happening the way she wanted it to. And I don't think that she was seeing that the passion was fading. And she was really questioning the purpose that was being served type thing. Okay? See, I also get dreamscape with Shanann. Talks about dream work. When I see dream work, teamwork makes the dream work type thing. So I'm seeing that she didn't feel like he was a team player. Okay? And she was imagining, like I said, she was imagining she wanted something bigger and better. Okay? But things weren't going in that direction. Yeah. So to me, I feel like almost like she felt like she was carrying the weight of the whole relationship. And the more that she was doing to make things better, he was doing other things that didn't fit in her plan. He wasn't following what she wanted or how things, she's seen how things should go. He wasn't seeing it. I see a total disconnect. This exile tells me about a total disconnect in this relationship. They both wanted two different things. Okay, so this is Chris now. Say I get the crown portal. He wanted to be in charge. He wanted things to go a totally different way. Okay? He wanted to separate. Okay? If you see the crown portal here, you see the separation. And with the exiled, you get the same thing. Separation. There was separation being talked about. I believe he wanted a separation. Okay? He felt like he should be king of the castle. He wasn't united with her anymore. He didn't see things the way she's seen them. He couldn't understand the way she was seeing things, and he certainly didn't want the same things that she wanted. Okay, so I think he asked for the separation. Okay, next with Chris, I get challenges. Okay, so he talks about fears, negativity, and betrayal. So this talks that he betrayed her in some way. Okay, he felt that she was just negative, that she was blocking him from doing and being what he wanted to be. Okay, so he betrayed her. Okay, so with this, I heard that there was another woman. I believe that that is totally true. He had been betraying her. Okay, and he also talks about she blocked him. She blocked him, and the negative stuff that she had for him is what he's talking about. That what she wanted and what he wanted were two different things. This was not the life that he had envisioned for himself. And that's why he betrayed her with this other woman, that she was giving him everything that he needed. The spontaneity, the carefree, all that stuff that he craved, he was getting from this mistress. So he wanted away from Shanann. He didn't want the responsibility of it anymore. And I think he was almost like sabotaging everything that could have been great financially. I think he was sabotaging that because he wanted out. He wanted out. Okay? He also tried to find, this talks about harmonic resolution. Okay? So he was trying to figure out in his mind how he could end this peacefully and amicably, but he didn't see that coming. He got negativity and anger from her when he brought up the separation. I think that there was a lot of threats made towards him. Okay, I think she threatened to ruin him. He was saying that that every time he tried to discuss it rationally with her, he was met with anger and negativity. Like she was going to destroy him, is what he's saying. Okay, so what transpired from there? Okay, so what transpired from there? We've got the solar portal in reverse. Okay, so when it's in reverse, what it tells me, okay, is that the intimacy in it was gone. There was no more holding back. Like, he was done. He wanted out. And there was something about the intimacy that came to a head, and that just did it for him. That was like the camel that broke, the thing that broke the camel's back type thing. So there was something about intimacy and something that happened within that. Okay. He's also talking about inhibition. He's saying that, I believe this was over her pregnancy, that she had become pregnant. And I know that she had recently got pregnant. He's talking about that, and he's talking about that there was something that he did not want, that she was supposed to be on some kind of birth control, that was the last thing that he wanted at this point in time, was another baby. Okay, because he was looking for a way out. Okay. So with that, we got the manifestation with Shanann. Okay. So what this is telling me, that she had pure intentions. Okay. She had pure intentions still. She was still almost trying to fight for her marriage. And she thought this pregnancy would bring them back closer together. And it didn't. She had pure intentions with that, but that sealed her fate. Okay. Getting pregnant sealed her fate with him. He had had enough. He wanted out. And this new pregnancy was just, like I said, the thing that broke the camel's back. That's what sent him over the edge. Okay, so we're looking at him now, at Chris, and we got the adventure. Okay, the adventure card tells me about the adventure that he was going on. Okay, and this is why I think this angered him so much, is because he found this new person. Okay, she was playful. She was like the innocent. She had all the innocence and playfulness that he was lacking in his relationship with Shanann. He's saying Shanann was way too serious. And this was not what he wanted. He wanted out. And when she became pregnant again, that is what solidified her fate. That's what was in her future. It was not going to be happy. This infuriated him. Infuriated him. Okay, because he was already out. He was already having an affair. He was already wanting out. He was trying to do things kind of sneakily, like a trickster, trying to do things to really peeve her off so that she would leave him. And when that didn't happen and she became pregnant again, okay, he knew that that was going to jeopardize not only his new relationship, because I feel that he was telling her, like, no, we're not together anymore. We're going to get a divorce. We're separated, whatever. So this new pregnancy set him over the edge, okay? And he had to find a way to deal with this in a way that this new interest of his would never find out that she was pregnant. He couldn't have her finding out this, okay? And that's why I said that is what set this in motion, was Shanann getting pregnant again, okay? She did it with the purest intentions in hopes that it would bring them closer together, but no, that made him snap. Oof. Okay, so with this, okay, so for their situation, get the heart portal, okay? The heart portal tells me about things the heart will and will not accept, And it talks about mistrusting. Okay. So I think that Shanann's seen this change in him, that he wasn't excited about this new baby, and she started to mistrust him. I think there was arguments about it. I think she knew. I think she knew that he did not want this. Okay? She knew that he wasn't receptive to it. She knew that he was not happy. Okay? So with Shanann, we get the isolation. Okay? And the isolation tells me about, you see him barking at the moon. It's like she continually tried to voice her opinion and try to get this relationship back on track. But he was having no part of this. Nothing, there was nothing at this point, and I think she caught on. There was nothing at this point that she could do to fix this. So I believe that the night that she was murdered, that there was a huge fight over this. And it was about this baby. There was about this baby. I think that he might have even told her that he's found somebody else, that he's going to be with this person. He wants away from her. He doesn't want this new baby. Probably even what I'm getting is, I think he asked her to abort it. He did not want this baby, and this is what set this in motion. Okay? He had been isolating her for so long, okay? Didn't matter what she said, what she did, he was not going to allow her to try and fix this. He was not going to agree to anything, okay? She was starting to feel very lonely. She was trying this reconnection so bad, but home wasn't home anymore. Home didn't feel like home anymore, and I think it happened at the home. And yep, he lost it. Like, he was done. He did not want this new baby. It was done, and I think he told her that because it speaks about the relationship. It doesn't matter all the talking and, you know, trying to work it out that Shanann was trying to do that, but she was very forceful in a way that pushed him even deeper, and I think really set him off. It was like he had his mind made about what he wanted now with this new person, and all this begging, pleading, whatever, with the purest intentions and everything else, her trying to keep her family together, angered him even more. He just wanted her to agree to a divorce, get away from me. I think he wanted her to have an abortion, and she refused. And I think there was a big fight that night. Okay? You see this? The liberation, this talks about Chris. He finally felt free. He finally, now that he has told her all this, what his intentions were, he wanted to be free of her, free of everything. Okay? He talks about self-attainment. Okay? Also talks about fulfilling his own wishes and desires, which is with this other woman. Okay? And he was not going to stop. That's what he wanted, and that's what he intended on getting. So her murder was over her being pregnant again. He felt, no way, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this again. He really tried to make her feel very unwanted, very like he didn't love her. Like the night that this happened, there was a horrible, horrible fight. I think he asked her to abort the baby. I think he told her everything in hopes that she would just leave or kick him out so then he could go forward with this divorce. That's what I think he wanted, but it didn't happen that way. I think she was still begging and pleading to keep this relationship together, and he seen that she wasn't going to do what he needed her to do. So this is why it happened. This is why it happened. And then he also seen himself, I think that the kids were taken too, because he didn't want the responsibility anymore of any of it, including his own kids. I feel like he wasn't very connected to his kids the way a father should be. And he knew that what he was going to do with Shanann, which was murder her. I think the kids were done afterwards. And I believe that they were killed because now that Shanann's out of the picture, now he's thinking he can move on with this new relationship. It's going to be all this fun and whatnot. But I think it's set in his mind like, oh crap, now I'm going to have to take care of these kids on my own. I can't be spontaneous, which is what this mistress fell in love with, is him being able to go and do things with her and spontaneous and all that. He's not going to have that anymore because he's going to have the 2 kids. So that's why I think the kids were also murdered. He figured that he could get rid of them. And I think he was, I think that he even recorded an argument with Shanann regarding this, that he was going to use if she didn't come back. He was hoping for a different reaction from Shanann. He was hoping she would lose her crap. I'm not going to say the S word. He was hoping for her to lose her crap and kick him out. Okay? When that didn't happen and she wasn't going to leave, like, he was hoping to get something recorded with either her kicking him out or her leaving. If he could have got on record that she was packing up and she was leaving him, this would have fit his plan perfectly, because then he could have got away with the murder. Look at, I recorded it because I was in fear or whatever. Look at, she left. She's packed up the girls and she left. But that didn't happen. So then it had to go into plan B. Okay? And disposing them and then just saying the story that she left to go and visit somebody or went somewhere or whatever the story was going to be that he made up. He was disposing them somewhere that they will never be found. And then he was going to say, look at, she found out about my mistress. She found out, I told her I wanted a divorce. I told her I had somebody else and she lost it. She took the girls and she left. That's what I think that he initially hoped was going to happen. But it didn't quite happen. So then he had to go to plan B. And whatever he did was plan B. That was not plan A. That was plan B. Okay? I think this person too also told him that she was not going to be a stepmother. She was not going to play that role. She did not want to be tied down in that way. Okay? So this is why I think he was hoping that Shanann would just leave with the girls. Because then he'd still be able to play daddy, but not have to have the responsibility. He was still free to go and do whatever he wanted to do with this lady here. It didn't work out that way, and he lost it. He lost it. He wanted her to have an abortion, and I think that's what broke the camel's back. She flipped. So it didn't go up according to plan. So this was his plan B. And he honestly thought that he would get away with this and that he could move on with this one. Wow. Let me just give these a good shuffle. I want to know if this person was part of his decision making. this woman that he was having an affair with was part of this decision making. That's what I want to know. If she was privy to that information about what he was planning on doing. So this is going to be regarding this mistress that he had and what she knew. Okay. So what I get with, this is the mistress and what she knew. Okay. So what she knew about Shanann was that Shanann was holding his finances. Okay. She was worried about going forward with a relationship with Chris, and I think she voiced that to him, that he was going to have to pay dearly for Shanann and the girls, and that she was kind of worried about a committed relationship with him because of his financial responsibilities towards Shanann and the girls. Okay, and I think she said that to him. So what she thought of the situation itself is she didn't see, this is victory in the reverse, okay? So this is talking about she didn't see him being able to convince Shanann about easing these responsibilities. And I think she knew that he wasn't going to convince Shanann of anything. And I don't think she thought that he was going to get away from her. And I think she said that to Chris, okay? And you see this? This is regarding Chris, okay? Because this is on Chris. And with these three bottom cards, we are talking about what the mistress was thinking. And you see this door to value in the reverse. She was telling Chris that she didn't see a prosperous future with him because of his responsibilities. See this holding the coin? She talked a lot about money. She talked a lot about their future together and it not being what she was wanting for her future, the way things were, with him having to give all this money to Shanann that she was going to have to give, he was going to have to give in a divorce and towards Shanann and the kids. So I think there was discussions, and she said there's no way around that. That's what she was telling him, that there was no way around this. You're not going to get out of that. Okay? I don't think at that point she knew about this new baby. So I think this conversation that he had with his mistress, okay, about money and about the door to value. This is talking about her relationship with Chris and how this mistress didn't think that he was going to get out of this. She had a conversation with Chris. This was discussed about money. And this mistress was concerned about building a future with him. She was content with having this little affair. But she was worried about the money that was going to be taken away from any future relationship with them because he wasn't going to win. Okay? And it's all about money. This mistress was concerned about money. She wasn't concerned about anything else. She says Shanann's going to get everything. She's going to, like, I'm not supporting her and those kids. So me and you in a relationship together, you know, I don't see it financially working out for me because you got these kids. I think the conversations that she had with him gave him the idea to kill his family. And it was all over. She was concerned about the money. Is there anything else that this mistress could have said or done or talked about that pushed Chris to do this? Or did Chris do it on his own? This card that flipped over. I don't take cards like in these kind of reads that flip over. I do them with my ancestor deck, or when I'm specifically doing a read that calls for a card to come flying out. So this is this mistress speaking about Suzanne. Sorry, I've got Suzanne Morphew case on my brain. About Shanann. I think she might have said something to Chris. Albeit probably jokingly. Like, I wish she didn't exist. I wish she'd just die. Wish she was dead. I think she said something along them lines to Chris. Because you see this? The woman holding the coin in reverse. I think that that's exactly what she was thinking. And I think she said it to Chris in a way that was nonchalant. Like, oh, I wish she wasn't even here. I wish she never came into your life. I wish she was gone. I wish she'd die. You know what I mean? I think she said something along those lines. The woman holding the coin in reverse, then she would get nothing. She wouldn't be able to affect his financial, and he might gain something financially by it. Okay? This is taking money. In reverse, this is... I think she might have talked about this with him. And you see this? I get the sun in reverse. Okay? And she's talking... This is Chris now. Both of these are in reverse. The door to value and the sun. The sun is new and warm beginnings. Okay? I think she was telling Chris, as long as Shanann is in the picture, any way, shape, or form, that this is not going to happen with them. That she was not willing to accept him having to pay alimony, child support, and whatnot to Shanann. She wasn't okay with that. Okay? See this? She didn't feel like he was going to win. And she's seen the money in reverse. So she didn't see him being able to financially do for her the way she wanted. She's seen this money going to Shanann and the girls. And because in this position she's talking about Shanann, I think she talked to him about this. Too bad she wasn't dead. Now, albeit, it could have been said nonchalantly, but I think she's very manipulative, this woman. Very manipulative. And I think she knew putting things out there like that, he was going to take literally. And I think look at these in reverse. Both. With regards to the relationship, Shanann and Chris's relationship, and in regards to her relationship with Chris. They're all in reverse, where Shanann's are upright. This is what she was concerned about. Shanann still being on this earth and him having to give all his money to them to support Shanann and the kids. And that's what would have happened. So I think she put things into his head. They might have even talked about it, because I see her telling him, this is not, financially, this is not what I know. This is not the life I'm going to live. Okay? I want to warm a new beginning with you, but that can't happen because of these financial responsibilities you have over here. She's seen the money. See this? The woman holding the coin upside down? She sees all that money going away. Okay? Him not being victorious in securing a financial future with them. She's seen it all going to Shanann. Okay? So I do believe that this woman knew that there was a possibility that he could do something like this. And I think, remember I told you things just came to a head? I think with what she said to him regarding his responsibilities, and too bad she just wouldn't die or something, I can see them having a conversation like, on her way back from wherever, I hope she gets in a car accident and dies. That's what I see, a conversation happening between Chris and this mistress. This mistress was worried about the financial responsibilities he was going to have. She's seen all the money going to Shanann and the kids, so there would be nothing for her. So I think she put some thoughts into his head. That's exactly what I think happened. So let's see what she's thinking now. Now that she doesn't have Chris, she doesn't have the financials, she doesn't have nothing. What is she thinking now? I think she told him, you better figure out a way to secure my financial future, or we're not going to go nowhere. So what's she thinking now, this mistress? Okay, so with Shanann, storm warning in reverse. Okay, so that tells me that this is sad. Now don't forget, these last three sets of cards that we read is all about the mistress and what she sees in this situation. See the storm warning in reverse? It's almost like she's mocking Shanann. Like, should have just left him alone. Should have just let me have him. Should have just walked away. Storm warning like this is that you take heed to the warnings. In reverse, it's like you didn't listen to the warnings. So basically, it's your own fault. You didn't listen. He told you. He told you he didn't want you. You didn't listen. That's what I'm getting from this mistress, the way she feels about Shanann right now. Okay? And the relationships, that journey. Well, it's like, well, this is what he did. So, see the singleton there? I'm on a new journey now. Gotten past this, I'm on a new journey. Gonna start over with somebody new now. And you see this? This talks about with Chris. She doesn't give a crap anymore that all this happened because she says that he deceived her. And see how these are in the upright now? See how these are now in the upright and the Shanann thing is upside down? Do you see how that changed? Because, well, Shanann was still alive. This is all she cared about. That's why it's in the reverse. That's why this is upside right. Because this is what she cared about when Shanann was still alive. And now that Shanann is deceased, as well as her kids, the storm warning in reverse is saying, well, you should have listened. Okay? And she's walking away, carefree. Oh, well. Oh, well. I'm on a new journey. La la la. Out to find somebody new. See the bags packed? See the bags packed with her? She's out. She's on to somebody new. She's going to start a whole new life. And you see this? Deceit. She felt like she was deceived by him. So I think that he did tell her, look, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to make sure that I can secure your future, a future with me and you. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And don't worry about it. We'll be fine. I will get rid of Shanann. Like, I will have her walk away. She'll never want to see me again. Or I'll just make sure she doesn't bother us anymore. So now she feels deceived by Chris. That Chris didn't do. It didn't turn out the way it was supposed to. So she feels she was deceived by him. So let's go into what Chris feels about this situation now with Shanann, with what he did, and with this mistress. Let's see what Chris feels now towards all this. How's he feeling towards all this now? So we're going to go in to see how he feels about Shanann and her being deceased now. What he feels now about what happened with her murder, and what he now feels about this mistress. All in the reverse. Okay, so how he feels about Shanann. See this triumphant success? It's almost like he feels, even though he's where he is now, he feels like at least now he has no more responsibility towards anybody but himself. Is the way he feels about Shanann now. I think he truly hated her. I think he hated the relationship, the responsibilities, and her. He came to hate her. Okay? What he feels about what happened with her death. Okay? See this? Heartache and loss in reverse. He feels nothing. He doesn't feel like he has he has no remorse over what he did. No loss. No great loss, he says. That is sickening. And how he feels about his mistress. You see this? And he says, choose wisely. It's almost like he's telling her a coded message here, choose wisely. I don't know if that's taken as a threat or not. I'm almost taking this as a threat towards her, that she better choose wisely. This could be she better keep her mouth shut. Wow. I think this mistress has information or was part of it or something that maybe he's threatening her with now. That she better choose wisely with what she says or does. I don't know. Don't forget, these last three cards were what Chris thinks now. Okay, so with Shanann, see the light? Okay? And being that he had triumphant success, okay? These are both in reverse. He feels that he succeeded in ridding himself of all the responsibility, and he feels so much lighter. This usually means something else, but I'm getting that he feels so much lighter now, because now all he has to do is worry about himself with what he did. Patience and planning in reverse, okay? Which tells me he ran out of patience. That's why it happened. He ran out of patience because what was coming through from this mistress, he ran out of patience, and that was it. When she wouldn't agree to have an abortion, and which I believe he did ask her for with this new baby, that's what broke the camel's back. He ran out of patience, and that was it. He did what he planned to do. Okay? Regarding the mistress. See this disruption? And it's in the upright. See him all bound up here? This tells me that he blames her for him being in jail, for disrupting his life the way that she did. He blames her. So I think she could have had a lot to do with this too. He's blaming her for this disruption, for him being locked up. He's blaming her. Or blaming what she made him do. So in some form, he's blaming her, which leads me to believe that she was involved. Okay? So that's my read. I'm going to go and look up on this case to get a little bit more information. I have heard little things here and there, but without having the full story, I don't know if this is going to give more information or if this is just telling us exactly what happened that you guys may already know. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to go in and look at this case and see what I can get, and I will put that in the description of the video. Okay, so that's my read. I hope you've enjoyed this read. Again, please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Please hit that notification bell so you're made aware when I do upload new videos and new content. And please, if you've liked this video, please hit that like button. It really helps move this up in the algorithm of YouTube and helps get this out if in case there is information in here that hasn't came out yet. Okay? And I ask you, please share this out across your social media where you can. Thank you so much for watching. You guys, please stay safe and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye for now.